Grand Rising, beautiful light family. Flow is the natural way. Flowing. Flow versus force. When we try to force things, they're not natural. Observe nature. Nature is a natural flow, a natural divine order, natural divine timing. We are nature. Therefore, everything is supposed to naturally unfold for us. And when we try to force outcomes, force things, it doesn't work out because actually what we try to force is not for us. The things that are for us are going to naturally flow to us in the divine time, divine alignment, as we stay centered and focused in what we desire and trust the process. It will naturally flow to us. When you plant a seed, you don't try to force it to grow. You let it be under the soil and take root, and then you nurture it. You nurture it and help it to become more of what it is naturally in the flow. You take care of it. You realize how precious it is. That is how precious our life is. We need to do the same thing in our lives every day, nurturing the seeds we have planted, focused on the beauty and love that we have planted and caring for it throughout the whole process. That goes back to taking care of yourself in every way, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Nurturing yourself, not forcing anything, flowing with life, growing and allowing, trusting the divine process, divine timing, and divine order. You know, I'm sure a lot of you experience this. I'm, you know, going around and talking to new people, sometimes online, sometimes in person. And a lot of them say, oh, well, I'm spiritual. And then they're trying to force things. They're trying to project and force outcomes that are not natural. And you can tell right away. They say one thing, but they're not flowing. They're not alert to what's going on. They're somewhere else. It's very obvious as we rise more and more, we can tell quicker and easier, almost instantly, that people are not flowing, but they say they are flowing. Oh, I get you. Okay, well, you're not matching the frequency. You got to use your discernment. Feel the energy behind everything. Feel what's going on always. That's the thing. We feel the energy. The energy. The things that we experience. Everything is energy. Everything is energy, frequency, and vibration. And we are tuned in to the highest frequency of God as we stay focused and centered in our sacred heart. And we listen to our gut. We listen to our intuition when it tells us that the energy doesn't match, that the flow is off. It's not a flow, it's a force. And things are supposed to just naturally unfold and flow. When we trust the process and let things naturally unfold and flow in divine time and divine order, that's when the things work out, because they are what is for us. They are us. We are just walking ourselves home, helping ourselves remember that we already have it. We never left the kingdom. We never left the garden. We are the garden. We are the kingdom of God. We are the love and light and truth of the world in human form. A spark of the divine having a human experience. And we trust the divine guidance of our sacred heart. The cosmic art that we express uniquely as ourself is essential to empower ourselves and empower the world by being a living, breathing example of it and sharing our uniqueness, our unique expression, and getting abundance from the uniqueness of being in the flow and allowing ourselves and allowing everything to just flow in the natural way, the natural process. It's always the natural flow and growing within that natural flow, just like all of nature. We cannot force something to grow and bloom. If we do, we mess it up. It's the same way in our lives because everything is nature, everything is natural. It's just that we have been conditioned to try to force outcomes, to try to assume things that aren't true. And that's another thing I've noticed. When people assume things, that really drives me crazy because it's like they're literally projecting what they believe onto what's going on. It's never good to assume. That's part of the four agreements. Don't assume anything. There's a reason there's that saying about when you assume something, because you're projecting a false reality onto things. You're trying to force something to be something it's not. Just like when people try to make us fit into a box and we can't fit in. We can't play small. We can't back down. We can't give in and we can't go back. We've already seen the truth. We've already expanded and we continue to expand and grow. Ever changing, ever growing love is who we are, flowing in the now moment. So grateful and thankful we are for everything we have and everything that is flowing in. I'm sending you endless blessings of love, light, peace, joy, harmony, bliss, unity, and community. You are amazing. Keep growing and flowing in the now.